Welcome to the 6th episode of our Let's Play Clash of Clans series, where in episode number 5, we had just started off Town Hall 8, and after a couple of days, it's finally time to give you guys an update on my base. Now, Town Hall 8 was the first Town Hall that took more than a couple of hours or a single day to actually upgrade up to max, which I know isn't saying much for you Town Hall 17s out there, but fast forwarding to right now, you can take a look at my base. Every single upgrade has been done, except for maybe like 1 or 2 things in the laboratory and the Barb King, which I don't even know how many levels you can end up getting done at Town Hall 8. I did get the Queen maxed out to level 10 though. Anyways, let's go and upgrade our Town Hall to the final single-digit Town Hall in the game, Town Hall 9. Now, from the looks of it, Town Hall 9 has a couple of new goodies to unlock. First, the Expo, which, of course, if you guys remember back in literally 2012, 2013, the Expo was the first new building that they released inside of Clash of Clans, at least since I started my YouTube channel. Crazy stuff back in the day, as well as we have a Helper HUD, which I have no clue what that actually does. It also looks like we're going to get a new level for our Hero Hall, which gives us the Minion Prince. I can't really tell you who that is. So anyways, let's go and pop in that code pad in the shop. Let's go and upgrade our Town Hall to Town Hall 9, and let's go and get all the new goodies for one of the coolest looking Town Halls in the entire game. And as I start this upgrade to Town Hall 9, I do need to mention one thing. I lied. I told you guys that episode number 5 would be my last episode of Hammer Jam, but I can't resist squeezing one more episode in because imagining some of these upgrades being double the time and double the resources is already bumming me out. So that's it. This is the final episode of Hammer Jam. Hammer Jam, I will miss you for weeks and months to come, but let's go and pop that upgrade to Town Hall 9. Giving us, again, one of the most beautiful buildings inside of the entire game. I love it. Almost like that medieval aesthetic with the black Town Hall level. I will end up upgrading my king, by the way, just so we can have 5 builders and go full ham. And all right, let's go and build the new buildings and see what we've got. Oh, the Elixir Collector. It gets us excited every single time. I'll build the storages. Supercell loves to get those easy ones out of the way. I wonder how they do building recommendations, by the way. Again, this is new since I've returned to Clash, but I've noticed that they're very interesting, I guess, with which buildings that they actually recommend to upgrade. But anyways, it's time to build an interesting building. This is called the Helper HUD. And I'm telling you guys, I have no idea what this building does. If I had to guess, I'm going to guess this is when you can like upgrade your builders to defend your base. Let's do it. All right, Helper HUD is built. I have never seen the lab assistant in my entire life. Okay, I'm just going to click this button. I have no idea what I'm doing. All right, I'm just assuming that that guy just makes my laboratory work an hour faster at 1 point a day. If that's the case, that is one of the most boring things I think I've ever built in the history of Clash of Clans. But you guys let me know in the comment section below if I'm tripping out. All right, we're gonna build our air defense. We have so many new random buildings to build right now. We have the Wizard Tower, which we're gonna throw up top. I do have a Town Hall base design that we'll throw on in a second. Hidden Tesla will get rocking and rolling. Air Sweeper, so much to build. A couple of traps with our giant bomb. By the way, at some point, I'm gonna have to remove some of these rocks, guys. I need to figure that out. I need to get some shovels because this is becoming untenable with this ridiculous looking base, especially with all of these rocks on in my village. All right, so we built all of those walls. We have a Dark Elixir drill to build. Let's go and build these 2 Seeking Air Mines. We'll get this drill going right now. And I just remembered that, guys, we haven't actually popped my favorite thing in the history of Clash of Clans, the Builder Potion. The Builder Potion has changed my life inside the game. We'll drop that Research Potion as well. This is looking good. And with 2 expos to build, let's go ahead and get those done right now. And all right, that is it for my village, which means it's time to upgrade to a new base design. Boom. This is the best I've got right now. I copied this base from some random website, and it's safe to say it doesn't really fit that great because I had to use like 15 adjustments to make all the buildings actually appear around the rocks on the map. This stone is literally acting as a defense. So guys, please in the comments, let me know what I should do. Should I buy a bunch of shovels and move these stones? Should I keep all the stones or only keep like one of them? I really need your help because this is becoming untenable. Now, at the very least for the base, let's get some of these ugly level 1 walls at least to the same level of my others. I'm not really sure what to expect from a cost perspective right now. Let's get these all the way up to level 8. And for our next set of walls, again, only 1 million for these, probably going to go by pretty quickly. 115 wall upgrades at a time. I'm not sure I've ever done that many at once. 122. That's the final number. Let's see the before and after. Look at all those black walls. Boom. Well, actually, they're still black, but they're just squares now. Okay, another set of massive wall upgrades means that we are out of resources for one of the few times that I can remember inside of the game. So with these random Elixir Collector upgrades, let's go and do just a little bit of a longer one, I guess. And let's head out to the battle for the very first time as a Town Hall 8 and collect some resources so we can do some upgrades all around our base. Now, again, this is a bonus Hammer Jam video that I'm dropping. So a lot of the big things I actually want to do with my base inside of the game are going to have to wait until the next episode. I want to hear more about ranked. I obviously need to build my clan inside inside of the game so I can finally unlock the clan capital. I've been seeing stuff about the clan capital and it is very confusing. It doesn't even look like the same Clash of Clans that I know. Obviously the blacksmith is massive, but I don't want to use that ore upgrade until I have a chance to read your guys' comments from the last video, so we're gonna wait on that one. And I just realized as we literally finish up this raid that I haven't even been looking at the screen as I've been attacking. That's the good cheap pad attacks that you guys have come to know and love. Oh, and by the way, we did add a golem to my army composition, which is a little bit questionable given that we've only been farming so far inside of Clash of Clans. Anyways, that looks like it's gonna be a 3-star. I still think we have our star bonus to get done, which is a 4x, I think, from what I remember, from the Hammer Jam event. There we go, 3 stars. 1,000 of each bonus. You gotta love that. And okay, we've at least got a little bit of resources right now. Let's take a look at what there is to get done. Still so many of these small upgrades. We did get the expos cooking, so I'm actually gonna gem these up just so we free up those builders. Look at those beautiful expos, by the way. Absolutely majestic. And all right, let's keep cooking up those upgrades. Collectors, storages, all of the above. I really wonder how many collectors there will actually be once I eventually reach the end point of this game. I already feel like right now there are way too many for my base, and similar to the past. By the way, one thing I never mentioned was the fact that there's only 1 barracks that you build now. When I played Clash of Clans, you had to build all 4 or 5 barracks inside of the game. Yeah, this is interesting. I mean, I wonder if gold mines and elixir collectors will eventually be the same, but probably not, because then farming would be a whole lot more boring just attacking one of those. And way more difficult. So Supercell, forget I ever said that. All right, and as these continue to cook, let's hit that single player map once again, guys. I think this is going to be a great episode to knock out so many of these as we can. Level 30 queen, by the way, maxed out for the town hall upgrade. Still not sure if I like that. I'd rather have, you know, at least some, you know, when I do these queen upgrades, spend all this dark elixir and all this time farming the dark elixir. It's a little bit weird when I don't get to actually enjoy, you know, the work that I put in. I'm gifted this level 30 queen for so long. Again, I probably shouldn't be complaining. There's probably a lot of people who love that nice boost whenever you upgrade your town hall, but it's just a little bit weird. It's just a little bit weird for the fact that a lot of these upgrades that I do for my troops, I never actually get to put to use because I'm just getting those free boosts every way. Anyways, town hall to town hall. All right, gold storage is down. Finally, at least having a little bit more meat on the bone with some of these upgrades right now. Let's head back to some attacks. And guys, natural defense, I remember thinking I was the smartest Clash of Clans player in the entire world at this base. I was like, guys, just drop some archers up top and then your balloon can take out the entire base if you wait like 15 minutes. I mean, listen, I was 19 back then when I made that video. I had way more time on my hands. For now, I've got videos to post. I've got kids to feed. Let's just start spraying and praying all over the base. Well, and, you know, everything's free as well as far as training time goes and troops go as well. Hard to believe that, like, you ever had to spend any elixir on that. I don't know how long that change has been around, but it just is, you know, maybe it's something that I'm going to say back in my day. You kids don't know how good you have it. All right, 3 stars on natural defense will let us take advantage of some more upgrades right now. Let's get this gold mine done. And let's also just take a look at the laboratory. I put in a lot of work in the laboratory. I did tell you guys that we were almost done with most of the upgrades we have here. 12 gems to finish the Hog Rider. I do need to upgrade this as well. And I did actually use the second Goblin recently, which felt like a good gem value. I put like 2 10-hour upgrades going on overnight for only like 10 gems, which seemed pretty worth it. Let me know in the comment section below if this is a good way to spend your gems, but it felt pretty good inside of Hammer Jam. Anyways, as I get done yapping, I already have so many more upgrades to do around our base. And let's actually take a peek inside of my clan castle because I always forget about the treasury. I'm not sure if there's strategy around when to unlock that stuff or when not to unlock that stuff. I'm going to take that golden elixir there. Still have no idea what's going on with the trader, but we will keep doing what we're doing. Lab, let's go and pop an upgrade on that lab. Free up that builder, Goblin. You can take all of my gems, and we do have that earthquake spell to get done. We'll let this one cook for a little bit. Let's get back to smashing some resources because I think we only need 1 more star to end up getting a pretty nice bonus. I actually just want to cheese out and get that star bonus right now. So let's go and do that. I feel like we're already going to have so many buildings ready to be upgraded right when we get back. Now that we've moved to Town Hall 9, we no longer have the classic tan town halls to work off of. I feel like it's going to be funky from here on out, but we'll get 800k of each for those. Very nicely done. I just realized that we upgraded our walls twice. Okay, that is interesting. We have finally met our match with a town hall that lets us upgrade not 1, but 2 sets of walls. I have a feeling this is going to take us more than a couple of hours or a day to get done. Anyways, we will get all of those to level 9, which means 1 more set of 8 upgrades. It gives us all level 9 walls. I'll mess with the level 10s a little bit later. Let's get back to our buildings. Gold mine up to level 8, and piece by piece, brick by brick, we are getting these done. I also wanted to give you guys an update on my builder base. We talked about it in a previous episode. You guys said, hey, maybe we'd like to see a little bit of content here and there. there. I'm playing it on the side. You can take a peek. I've got Builder Hall 4 moving up to Builder Hall 5. If you guys want to see me do some attacks at some point, let me know. Right now, I'm just motivated to get that 6th builder, which a lot of people say you should just rush your Builder Hall as much as you can. We'll see how much this gets into the series. I'm not going to go through everything on the Builder Hall side of things, but maybe at some point we'll do a special Builder Hall episode. Let's get to some attacks. At least we have a little bit of time, so the Steel Gauntlet is next. And I feel like in this episode today, I actually want to speed run through a lot of these single player maps. I saw, by the way, that in the last episode when I was editing it, that they actually give you recommendations based on your town hall for what bases you can actually take on. Back in my day, it was a Wild West. You just had to throw down your troops. They didn't tell you what recommended town hall level was for each single player map. Obviously for now, you know, at Town Hall 9, I feel like we are in a great spot to crush through so many of these maps, which is ultimately what we're going to end up doing. Another classic map right here. These maps, if they don't like evoke a little emotion out of you as an OG player, you've got nothing going on in your system. Lightning Storm, by the way, I pivoted to just complete lightning madness inside of the game, lightning the bases over and over, and also to snipe those Dark Elixir drills if people are cheeky and try to throw them in their base. That's another single player map down as we wait for all of our buildings to get done. Let's hop into one more as those finish cooking with Full Frontal. Interesting name for a map, to be honest. I'm not sure who at Supercell named this one, but again, this is just such a classic. I mean, they changed the design a bit as far as like the I think like the map color and all that stuff looks a little bit different from what I remember back in the day, but still the 2 pockets of different sets of defenses inside of the game. This is what it's all about inside of Clash. Let's decimate it. Lightning spells all over the base. All right, checking out our base, level 42, which by the way, I was hoping there was like a level up reward in Clash of Clans. I saw they added that in Clash Royale. I did get a little bit jealous. We actually are running low on elixir for once. I don't know why I'm happy, but I am, just because of the fact that I feel like I always have resources, which brings me to another point. Like, is Clash of Clans later on, is it a matter of resources or time inside of the game? Because for so much of these early Town Hall levels, I had all the resources I needed really quickly after just a few raids, but it was all about time. And obviously it's Hammer Jam, so yes, I know I'm pretty stacked from a resource perspective, but let me know in the comments. I want to know if later on, is it like, yeah, you need to do a lot of raids to get a lot of resources, it takes a lot of time, or is it more of no, the 2-week upgrades completely grind you down? I want to know what I have to look forward to inside the game. Honestly, that's why I'm excited for Walls right now, just to have something to grind towards, to do attacks and to have fun inside of Clash. Because I gotta be honest with you guys, I am playing Clash a ton since I've been back. I wanted to get myself addicted to the game again, which probably some of you guys watching this are like, why am I addicted to Clash of Clans so much? I wish I could stop playing. I had always wanted to get back into it, and now I'm literally like waking up at 3 a.m. checking to see, you know, if I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm like, oh, maybe I can do another upgrade. And that, my friends, is when you know you are officially back into Clash of Clans, doing upgrades at the strangest hours of the day. And that's me. And I'm proud of it right now. We'll see if my wife and kids enjoy that in a few months' time. All right, Faulty Tower is down, still moving slowly but surely. Let's take a look at our star count in single player. We are 105, which should be about 35 maps in. Okay, we're almost done. Again, the original 50. It's just like Pokemon, honestly, in the end. I know the original 150, just like I know the original 150 stars inside of the single player maps in Clash of Clans. Once we get past that point, it is a Wild West, and I pray that they made something difficult. By the way, funny story from back in the day when I was at Supercell HQ, this was like maybe 8 years ago. They actually brought a bunch of YouTubers into a room and like let us try to make our own maps inside of Clash of Clans. I had stopped posting the game at the time, so it was a little bit sad that I didn't get the chance to do it sooner, but I remember I wanted to make this single player map called X Marks the Spot. That was literally just a map that was an X and had a ton of expos. That was it. It was literally just going to be expos all over the place. Surely it was going to have to be fleshed out with a little bit more than that, but this X Marks the Spot type map, I just wanted expo madness inside of the game. At the time too, I mean, this was so long ago, the variety of defenses and even like offensive troops in the game wasn't that much, and the expo was still seen as really, really strong. Maybe I had some like multi-inferno towers hiding in it as well, but it was supposed to just be chaos with expos flinging bullets everywhere. Maybe one day Supercell will let me make my own single player map and let me die a happy man. And yes, this is me begging on camera in episode number 6 of our Let's Play Clash of Clans series. Back to looting, and I don't know how they changed these resources, by the way. Back in the day, it used to be single player maps literally had the same resource counts for golden elixir across the board. I've seen now that it is much different as far as, you know, this one has 270,000 elixir, 2,000 gold. Honestly, normally elixir is the resource that you usually need less of. I feel like, at least back in the day, I would have been really annoyed if I needed gold and I did this map. But yeah, that's just a little bit different. All right, bait and switch. Let's go. Bait and switch sounds like an old offer they might give you in Clash Royale. Anyways, that was a joke. Let's drop some lightnings. Please don't ban my account. Giants going down on top. We will do our dragon spray and pray. And really with these leveled up heroes, I mean, I could probably probably just drop my Archer Queen on a couple of these bases and still end up getting the win. Let's hold off on this Hero Hall upgrade today, by the way. We need to spend an episode just diving into the Minion Prince and what he actually does inside of Clash of Clans. But all right, Giant Bomb upgrade going down. Our base looking a little more coherent, even with this random... All of these stones look absurd right now. Maybe I'm reading the comment section too much because you guys have me losing my mind about accidentally removing a stone and never getting it back inside of the game. All right, collateral damage. This base design doesn't really ring as much of a bell, so that's how you know it wasn't really one of the good OG maps. Lightning all over everything. Even the Goblin Town Hall is being protected from the lightning. Interesting. Anyways, that'll be 3 stars. We're almost to map 40, slowly but surely. And yes, if you guys haven't been able to tell in this episode, I wanted to get through so many of these single player maps just because of the fact that I didn't have a chance to look at the comment section because we were taking advantage of a Hammer Jam to learn everything I needed with the blacksmith and so many different things. So we're gonna knock out so many of these as these upgrades get done and get our Town Hall 9 into fighting shape. Looks like a lot of our stuff is still cooking, but the lab, I do want to upgrade this lab and gem this done so we can check out what other upgrades we have at Town Hall 9. So many to get done. This is going to be ridiculous. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and get these goblins done. People keep mentioning these sneaky goblins in the comment section, by the way. Interesting. I'll double down with an archer on the other side and pretend that I know actually what sneaky goblins are. I don't, but I'm sure at some point I will. Archer's going down. Let's go ahead and hit the kitchen sink, and oh baby, I remember getting this map. First of all, just the balloon madness that happens. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of hidden Teslas, by the way. I've still got it. Your boy still has it in Clash of Clans. Supercell tried to pull a fast one on me, not so fast. All right, now these defenses, maybe I should be paying more attention to, but still, we're just gonna completely face roll all over this and see if we find success. We will drop all of these spells. Let's go and pop. I did play the Archer Queen probably in the worst place you could possibly put it because she's just going to be attacking storages this entire time. And while a lot of my smaller troops did end up getting dusted, we're still going to get 3 stars. But you guys can tell, we are graduating to the big leagues of the single player maps. And for a lot of the later maps, I don't want to be like Town Hall 17 and take them out just by dropping my heroes. I actually want to try to figure out a little bit of strategy behind them, but we'll take that 400k of each, head back to base, and man, now we are actually getting some value for getting those attacks done. But all right, for all you purists out there, let's go and layer in another multiplayer attack and look at all of these resources. Again, I'm sad that I'm so out of Dark Elixir right now. Most of the mines and the pumps probably going to be a little bit inside of the base. I actually do need quite a bit of elixir right now, so I can't just spray and pray for the gold. All right, I'm going to drop some archers here. I'm trying to hold on to these goblins, as you guys might be able to tell. I'll drop a peck on this top-hand side and then spray some of these goblins to go in for these gold mines. Mortar is distracted. Now, normally I'd go for the top next because of all that Dark Elixir, but we actually don't really need that right now, so I'm going to have to try to find a way to break through on this side. I'm going to use my queen, and then I'm actually just going to pepper down these mines so we don't have to worry about them. Goblins on the bottom, maybe to break down this wall, but okay, we feasted. Queen is going to knock that one out. One ability to get that done. Collectors were dusted, and this, my friends, was a juicy raid. Disrespectful lightnings on the town hall just to say that Chief Pat was here. Over 2 million resources, no bonuses. I don't care about your 1,000 golden elixir. Let's get some more of these upgrades done, and I wish there was a way to sort building upgrades by build time. And maybe there is, and I just don't know. That's why I'm saying it out loud. All right, the builds are done, which means we're moving on to Rolling Terror. And guys, 4 more maps until we get to the new single player maps. Holy moly, I am hyped. I did not realize we were so close to getting the new maps inside of the game. Again, you guys probably don't even care about single player maps. Let me know in the comment section, but you guys probably don't even care. But to me, this is sentimental. This is magic. This is why we clash. All right, let's spray and pray. Archer Queen going in, Hog Rider going down. P.E.K.K.A. still cleaning up all over the place. Goblins eventually will break through. Maybe not by the time that the Queen cleans up those Teslas. And guys, we are getting a bag now for these single player attacks. I know back in the day, I tried to strategize, okay, this is when to take advantage of them. It used to be the single player attacks, the very last one, were better than any raid that you could actually do. So attacking them was literally a treat. Getting all those resources was crazy. Yes, I did just get like 2 million from attacking that one base. But anyways, it's still fun. 5.5 million golds means that we're actually going to probably have to spend some of this on some walls, but 600,000 once again. And from what I remember, Mega Mansion was actually more difficult than Sherbet Towers back in the day. I remember that being a thing. So guys, we need to be on our A game right now. I mean, these lightnings are pretty brutal for taking out basically the entire base. So I'm not sure how much of a struggle we're going to have. Lightning's plopping down all over the place. Let's drop some wall breakers to clean all of this up. Also, by the way, I forgot to mention this as far as like getting addicted to Clash of Clans again, but for the first time, probably since the first time I played Clash of Clans 10 years ago, I actually turned on notifications for a game. That's how desperate I am. I want to know when those upgrades get done. And if you turn on notifications for a game, especially when I don't have notifications on for literally anything else, even when my wife texts me, that's when you know that you're addicted. Okay, we have a ton of resources, which means let's do some of these walls. Cooking up 3.2 million gold of walls right there. Also, I just realized the reason that Supercell lets you do 2 wall upgrades at this level is the fact that these level 9 walls are so ugly, they let you go up to level 10. I see you, Supercell. Very well done. Let's get back to it. And guys, P.E.K.K.A.'s Playhouse. Actually, this is the one I was thinking of as far as being more challenging than Sherbet Towers. This one, those mortars were brutal back in the day, but I have a feeling we're not going to have that much of a problem. All right, lightning spam, taking out basically the entire base. I'm going to drop a P.E.K.K.A. for posterity. Once again, I feel like we are unlocking new vocabulary words in our Clash of Clans episodes. Wall breakers all over the place. Queen could probably solo the base by herself. And okay, we actually have time to deploy all of our troops before the battles are over, which is new for some of these maps that we've gotten done. And guys, we're getting cooked a little bit right now. I mean, we have our Queen full health. The Giants are getting taken out. Barbs are already dead. Are the Barbarians actually a useful troop in this game, by the way? I'm gonna guess not. You guys let me know in the comments. Queen attacking a wall just to show me that the more things change, the more they stay the same. And okay, Queen will knock out these last couple of buildings. We are entering into interesting territory. 700 grand of each is a fantastic resource. And guys, for the final single player attack of this episode, we're taking on the beast, Sherbet Towers. This has to be one of the most viewed videos in the history of my YouTube channel, taking out Sherbet Towers. Just look at this gargantuan base. Let's get a little strategic. I'm gonna drop some lightnings, drop a couple more lightnings. Golem, it is your time to shine. Let's get some archers rolling down right now. Queen gonna go right into the center of the base. A jump spell would be like water in the desert right now, but we don't have it. Time to spray and pray a little bit. We do have some air defense in the center of the base. I'm gonna take out this wizard tower just so it doesn't clean up some of my other units. P.E.K.K.A. was gonna take care of that, so no need to get it done. And it's time for our goblins to go down to hopefully give our queen a little bit of reprieve. Are we about to fail on a single player map? I don't think our queen's gonna let us do that. Dropping more goblins. We've got 4 barbarians here. The queen, what are you doing? This is interesting. We got some of these storages taken care of, but the queen is determined to shoot every low value thing it can see. The P.E.K.K.A. is massacring the inside of the base though. How could I not show the P.E.K.K.A. some love? He is going through the entire base and destroy. How did it? Did my Archer Queen just jump on a spring trap? When did they add that to Clash of Clans? I swear if a hero ever flies off the map, I am deleting this game. Don't hold me to that if that is actually the case, but that is new. All right. I'm going to pretend that my queen almost just didn't get yeeted off the map because Sherbet Towers is down. The OG single player 150 have been taken care of. That is a beautiful haul. And guys, I am scared. I got to be honest. I'm a little bit scared right now. We don't know what we don't know, which includes this base. And they only give you 300,000 of each for these new maps. That's how you know that things are tough. They recommend a Town Hall 10 for this next one. Okay. Interesting. Wait, how do I only have 138 stars? I forgot 4 bases, guys. I ate my dessert before I had my dinner. There was a whole nother track to unlock. For a second, I was like, did I forget about some bases that they got rid? Like, did they get rid of 4 single player maps? I was like, which ones did they get rid of? That would be interesting to me. If Supercell had to remove 4 of these from the game, what would they actually be? No, it's just me being boosted. Apologies for that. And yeah, we're going to blaze by these really fast. All right, heading back to base. Let's keep it cooking with this Archer Tower. Checking out our potions, still quite a bit of time with 25 minutes. Guys, the rest of these early 150 maps just don't hit the same once you've taken on Sherbet Towers. Once you've slain the final boss, going back to the peasants just cannot feel as good. But that's on me. I admit, that's on me. Gold mines to the next level. Let's head back to those maps. Cold as Ice, of course, being one of the most classic map names inside of Clash of Clans. P.E.K.K.A. on the bottom to wreak havoc. I'm surprised how much of an MVP the P.E.K.K.A. was in that last battle, by the way. Maybe I shouldn't, and I need to put a little bit more respect on this P.E.K.K.A.'s name, but he completely brutalized the entirety of Sherbet Towers. No thanks to our queen, who did nothing. But yeah, the P.E.K.K.A.'s reminding me why he was the OG aspirational troop inside of Clash of Clans. Well done. A bomb upgrade, one of the most boring upgrades in Clash of Clans. Oh! I wasn't supposed to see this. Guys, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to take that on yet. I need to focus my chi before we get that done. We will save that for a future episode. Let's just get going right now. I did see my golem jump on one of those spring traps as well. I'm assuming when your spring trap isn't upgraded enough. Honestly, spring trap upgrades came out after I stopped playing Clash of Clans. Still weird to me that you can upgrade those types of things. But I assume depending on how much unit space that your unit takes up, that's what the spring trap can actually fling. But do not take advice from me. I am not a lawyer. And that will actually be the final of the 150 stars for the first 50 single player maps. Gorgeous stuff. 150 out of 270 means that we have 40 more maps to take care of. That is a lot. We'll see when we're going to take those out inside of the game. One more upgrade with our air defense to level 2 to wrap up this episode, and that will do it for the very beginning of Town Hall 9. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. We got so many single player maps done, and of course, this was really a bonus episode in Hammer Jam, so I can't wait to see all of your guys' comments about those things that I talked about. Talk to me about the blacksmith, talk to me about the clan capital, and talk to me about attacking in rank and which army composition I should end up using. That'll do it for episode number 6 of this Let's Play Clash of Clans series. I will see you in the next episode. Peace out.